Thank you for coming back yet again. You always come back, and I genuinely appreciate that. So just know I appreciate you, and you are special. Thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. No matter how long or boring they may be, you come back and gain at least a little piece of knowledge, and I appreciate you for sticking through. Today's video might not be too long, but it is going to be valuable, and it will hold value to some people, I hope, if they take this information and really think about it and try to see how this applies to their life and them. I hope you take away a valuable piece of information from this video. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about something that is, I feel like, often discussed but honestly overlooked in a lot of ways, and I just want to see what you guys think about it and just see where your head's at. Y'all can see where my head's at in this whole topic. By the way, if I keep looking over here, it's just because my screen is mirrored on here so I can see how handsome I am. But we're going to be talking about respect and self-respect and where I think it comes from, who deserves it, and things like that. So really not getting into too deep, but I want to just give y'all something to think about, give y'all an idea, right? And pretty much what made me want to record this video is just looking at myself and looking at the people around me who want to achieve certain things. And I see people, they create goals, and I including myself, I create goals and I create daily schedules for things I want to complete for that day, and just basically do things to help me stay on task. Things that, like when I created the video about getting on a routine, that's a routine I actually, try to implement daily, right? Now, as you could assume, I'm only human, and it's so there are days where I don't feel as capable of doing such things, as motivated, don't have enough energy, things like that, right? We all have those days, and those days can get very difficult, and they could cause us to kind of get set back just a little bit. So, in being that I had those days, I had one of those days recently, and I had a thought, and recently I created a lot of goals for myself, a lot of personal goals, business goals, things like that, and um trying to get back on track has been a little bit difficult. So I realized I want to, how could I expect to be respected and for people to take the words I say and actually listen to them, and look at me as a role model when I don't even have, not saying I don't, but if I chose not to stay on task and to choose me being tired over getting up and getting things done, how could I expect people to respect me and look at me as a role model if I can't even respect myself and my own thoughts? And that's what I kind of want to get into. So think about this, right? Think about the last time you said you were going to do something and it just fell through, right? Plans fell through. You said you were going to wake up early in the morning at 6 a.m. You were going to go to the gym. You're going to eat a healthy breakfast. You were going to study for your exam early so you could get it out the way. You were going to clean your room because you haven't had a chance to do that in a while, or you haven't made time to do it in a while. You wanted to just, whatever the case may be, whatever your situation is, whatever your goals are, whatever your to-do list looks like, you have these lists of things that you want to do and these things you want to complete, these goals that you have. When was the last time you set these goals and they just fell through? A lot of times we create these excuses for, reason why we fell through, but a lot of these excuses are not valid. So real quick, before I get into more explanation, I want y'all to take this and implement this into your life, right? Anytime, I don't want you ever saying, I didn't have time to do this, or I didn't have time to do that. I didn't have time to clean my room. I didn't have time to study for my exam. I didn't have time for that. I don't want you using that line, I didn't have time, okay? I want you to say, I didn't make time. I didn't make time to clean my room. I didn't make time to study for my exam. And the reason why I want y'all to think about this and use these words and replace the first sentence with this sentence is because a lot of times we have the time to do these things. It's just we don't make the time, or we don't implement them into our schedule. We decide to do things like play video games, sleep in an extra 2 hours, This is all time you could have been using to get closer to your goal or to complete certain tasks that you otherwise wouldn't have completed. So don't say that you didn't have time, rather say you didn't make time, because the truth is you didn't make time to do it. Don't say I didn't have time to clean out my closet. You know, you didn't make time to clean out your closet. Instead, you wanted to go out with Kiki and go shopping. So let's take a step back, be honest with ourselves, and truthful with ourselves. And this has to do with the topic of the video, is just having self-respect. Respect yourself. What respecting yourself to me is, in this sense, is just have enough respect for yourself to do what you said you're going to do. Look at yourself as a leader and follow that leader. A lot of times we know what the answer is. We know what we have to do to get to where we want to be. We know. It's just that we aren't doing what we said we have to do. Think of yourself as a leader and follow that leader. Look at a role model you have, someone you respect as a leader, right? Maybe your father, maybe whatever the leader figure in your life is, right? Think about why you respect them as a leader and why you trust their decision. More times than not, you'll realize that a lot of the good leaders, the best leaders, trust their own judgment. They trust their skill and the skill of their teammates and things like that, and they don't, just they don't hesitate. Maybe just look at the traits that these people have and implement them into yourself. Look at yourself as a leader. You have to learn to respect yourself, respect your mind, respect your decision making, and trust that and you know enough to make the right decision. Okay, this is a lot easier said than done, but it's honestly not hard. It's a very simple concept. Really, all it is how willing you are to put forth the effort into progressing in this sort of skill. Because it's a skill, it's a muscle that has to be trained, just like one of these, or we got our mental muscles. I talked about mental muscle before. This is a muscle that has to be trained. You have to train yourself to have more respect for yourself. Now, the things that bring your respect down for yourself, right? Talking bad about yourself. We all know, don't, even if it's a joke, don't try not to talk bad about yourself. Try not to say I'm stupid. Try not to say I'm an idiot or I'm slow, or don't say I'm ugly or anything like that. Because even though you may be joking, it's really putting yourself down. It's bringing the respect down for yourself. Because you would never go up to somebody you respect and you look look at as a leader and call them stupid, or as a joke. Even as a joke, you would never do that to your role model, right? So don't do it to yourself. You should be one of your role models, right? You should be able to look up to yourself. Okay, so have some respect for yourself and don't talk down on yourself. So that's one way that a lot of people bring down their self-respect. Another way your self-respect goes down is, like I said before, whenever you say you're going to do something and you don't do it. This brings down your self-respect every time. You said you were going to wake up at 6 in the morning, but instead, when your alarm went off, you got up, turned it off, and got back into bed. How much respect does that show that you have for yourself? Now, there are going to be days that this may happen, but like I said, every time you do that, you're bringing your self-respect down just a little bit. You got to trust your leadership. You know what to do. All you have to do is now put forth the effort to do such. If you say you're going to work out for 30 minutes a day 4 times this week, and you decide, just man, after day one, I don't think I can do this anymore. This is exhausting. You're you didn't do it. Now your self-respect is going down just a little bit more. So you want to be careful and you want to be mindful of these kind of things. Now, ways you could bring your self-respect up is basically vice versa of what I just said before. Praise yourself. When you talk about yourself highly, and talk to yourself as if you actually respect yourself. Talk to yourself how you would love for others to talk about you when you're not in the room. Talk about. That's why a lot of times it come off as like cocky or ego, but I disagree. If you think you're beautiful, and say that. If you think you're handsome, and say that. If you think you're smart, intelligent, say that. If you think you are, if you think you're talented, say that. Talk to yourself highly. Talk about yourself highly. You don't have to do this in an egotistical way and go around boasting and making it irrelevant, but just when you speak about yourself how you would like others to speak about you when you're not in the room, okay? Another thing, If you say you're going to do something, do it. You don't have to do it with 100% effort, okay? I just want you to try. If you said you were going to run 10 miles today for some reason, and you wake up and you just aren't feeling the 10 miles, okay, I'm going to run 5 miles, okay? Just show up. Just show up. Just show up. Run the 5 miles. Maybe you can't run the 5. Maybe you can run 3 miles. Just show up, okay? Don't let yourself down. You said you're going to run 10. If you can't do the 10, run 5. You can't do the 5, run 3. Chances are when you get to that 5, you're going to be like, man, I'm already here. Let's go for 6. Next thing you know, you're at 7. Maybe you even get to the 10 miles. Just show up, okay? Have some respect for yourself and do what you said you're going to do. If you said you were going to work out 5 days this week, you know, show up to the gym 5 days. You don't have to do a 2-hour workout every day. Maybe it's this day you're not feeling it too much, so you're just gonna go in and do maybe 4 sets of one exercise and then leave. Maybe you're just gonna go in and do cardio. You don't have to make it hard on yourself. Just show up. Don't let yourself down. If I were to ask a woman on a date, and she were to not show up, I would be highly upset. I would have certain feelings about the matter, right? Maybe I would feel sad that she didn't show up for me. Maybe I would feel angry that she didn't show up for me. But if she showed up to the date and it just didn't go as I expected, maybe we didn't enjoy ourselves as much as I would have wanted to, I would be much more happy than if she just would have not came. You know, if that makes any sense. Hopefully you can kind of understand where I'm coming from on that. But basically, I'm just saying, show up, okay? Just show up for yourself. If you don't want to do this for an hour, commit to doing it for 20 minutes. Chances are, once that 20 minutes is up, you'll be like, man, this is fun. I'm having a good time. Maybe even not. Maybe you just go after the 20 minutes and you just put it down. But at least you showed up. It gets easier every time. Most times. Not for everything, but likely it'll get easier every time. And you'll kind of get into a routine to where you can follow and stay on track and things like that. But yes, respect yourself. And the reason why I'm making this video about self-respect is because a lot of people want to be respected. A lot of people want to be respected by others. They want to be looked at as a role model, or maybe they just want somebody to look at them as just a human being and nothing less, right? It's kind of hard to respect someone who doesn't respect themselves. If somebody's constantly talking down on themselves, it's a lot harder to respect them as a person. If you see somebody as a procrastinator or doesn't get things done, it's a lot harder to respect them as a person, let alone look at them as a role model, right? So if you want to be respected and you want people to give you the respect you feel you deserve, you have to start by respecting yourself. Do what you say you're going to do. Don't talk down on yourself. Speak of yourself highly. Speak of yourself how you want others to speak of you when you are not in the room, okay? I hope this video helps some of you out when it comes to self-respect or things like that. So I want you guys to take what I said in this video and put it in practice in your life and start off slow, okay? There are no shortcuts to life. You have to start off slow. Do not overwhelm yourself in the beginning. Maybe start off with just one daily goal. One daily goal. Say today I'm going to do this, or I would even start off as a weekly goal. This week I'm going to do this at least once. And commit to doing that thing at least once that week. Once you do it the first time, maybe you'll be like, man, that was easy. Maybe you'll do it 2 or 3 times in that week. Okay, start off slow. Then you can come up with a daily system and be like, this is easy. I want y'all to look at these videos and be like, man, maybe Isaiah was right. Maybe he was talking about something. Maybe he said something valuable in that video. And I can't promise that any of this means anything to any of y'all, but I just want y'all to think, put this into your own interpretation, draw out a thing or two from these videos, and just work on yourself and just improve. I love seeing myself improve, and I love seeing you guys improve. I love if I'm able to be an inspiration to anybody. That makes me extremely happy because I didn't have these role models growing up, or even now I don't have too many of them, but I'm hoping I can help some of you out who are like similar to me, right? Because all of us just want to do better in life. That's kind of everybody's goal. Who doesn't want to do better in life? So let's help each other out. Let's not be selfish. Let's not keep things to ourselves. If I have a piece of information I feel like could be valuable to you, I would like to share it. I don't want to see people go through things or struggle in the way that I've had to or the way that others have had to. So I want you to go through this life, enjoy life, and breeze through it as simply as possible. I love learning. I hope you guys love learning. If you do love learning and working on self improvement, go ahead and subscribe to this channel because that's what we're all about here. Um, Hopefully, we got some more podcast episodes coming for y'all. I haven't been too active as far as moving around with the podcast stuff, but hopefully, we'll get back on that soon. I love y'all. Thank you for always coming back to join me after dark. I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.